The silent village. In the quiet corners of northern India, nestled between rivers and dusty roads, lay a village called Dharampur. The roads were broken, the school roof leaked during rain. The local hospital had no doctor, and yet no one said a word, not because they didn't care, but because they believed their voice didn't matter. They whispered their worries within their homes but never spoke out loud. It was a village where silence was normal and speech was rare. Chapter 2. Meet Arav. Among the people of Dharampur lived an 18-year-old boy named Arav. He wasn't rich, he wasn't high educated, and he wasn't very powerful. But he had something most didn't, a voice and the courage to use it. In school, Arav often spoke up about unfair rules, broken chairs, missing teachers. One day, his teacher asked the class, what do you think is the most powerful tool to develop our country? Students answered money, technology, education, military. But Arav quietly said, words. Everyone laughed. Teacher, words? What do you mean? Arav replied, if people don't know how to express their problems, how will those problems ever be solved? If we learn to speak clearly, respectfully, and truthfully, our country will start to listen, and that's where change begins. Chapter 3. The first step. One day, a village meeting was called. The school building was crumbling and the issue was up for the discussion. The village headman stood and asked, Headman, does anyone want to say something? The room was quiet, heads down, eyes looking away, until Arav stood up. Arav, if our children study under a leaking roof, what kind of future are we building? We keep waiting for others to fix things. But what are we doing? Let's take a step. Let's raise our voice together. People listened. That day, something shifted, not just in the meeting hall, but in people's mind. Chapter 4. Learning the art of communication. From that day, Arav didn't just speak, he learned how to speak effectively. He started reading newspapers to understand real issues. He practiced speeches in front of a mirror. He wrote down his thoughts and shared them with friends. He asked himself 5 questions every day. Am I clear in way what I say? Second, am I respectful even when I disagree? Third, do I listen before I speak? Fourth, am I speaking for change, not just to complain? Fifth, if my message helping or dividing? He turned words into actions, and soon those around him did the same. Chapter 5. From one voice to many. In just 1 year, the school building was repaired, children started attending regularly, a local cleanliness drive was launched, the road to the nearby town was finally rebuilt, not by magic, not by force, but through clear, honest, and responsible communication. Arav wasn't just a boy anymore, he had become a symbol of change in his district. Chapter 6, The Power of Every Citizen's Voice. One day, Arav was invited to speak at youth conference in the city. Leaders, teachers, and young people from all over the region were present. He stood at the podium, took a deep breath, and said, Arav, change doesn't start in parliament, it starts in every street, every school, every home. When people say, my voice won't matter, I say that's exactly when it matters most. Communication doesn't mean just talking, it means listening, understanding, and connecting. A farmer, a student, a mother, a shopkeeper all have a voice. And when every voice is used wisely, a nation begins to rise. Final chapter, The Voice Inside You. In every village, there's an Arav. In every city, in every heart, maybe he hasn't spoken yet. Maybe he doesn't know how, but he is there, waiting to learn, to speak, and to lead. All he needs is to believe in the power of his own words. Final message. You don't need a mic to be heard. You don't need a title to be lead. All you need is to learn how to communicate with courage, clarity, and compassion. That's how a better citizen is born, and that's how a nation becomes strong. Speak up, listen well, build bridges, not walls. Your voice is the nation's voice. Jai Hind.